You know, there's something about this new Mario game that speaks to me, but I don't know what. Got it. New Donk City. That's what it is. That name is hilarious. How can you not love this game?
By now I'm sure you've all heard that this game is a competitor for Game of the Year on almost every single critics list out there, and I was actually kinda nervous going into it because of that. Because, yeah, I wasn't lying in that intro. I grew up loving the old 2D Mario games, but by the time it went 3D, I kinda tuned out. Sure, I return to them every now and again, but I always just kind of felt like, yeah, it's alright, it's another Mario game. So I was kind of worried going into this game because I didn't want to be that one guy out there who didn't absolutely love this. Guess what? I absolutely love this. Yeah, I can't hide it until the end of this review. This is one of the most fun games I've played in years and is insanely addictive. It captures exactly what a Mario game should be, while at the same time feeling completely new, and that's what I have to applaud first and foremost. As I said, I've kind of gotten tired of Mario games, and it's mostly because, well, it feels like the same thing over and over again. Sure, you might get a new power-up, but aside from that, it's always Bowser, always the same enemies, always the same characters, the same levels. Honestly, I just kinda got tired of it. But this game? Yeah, Bowser has kidnapped Peach again, but this game actually starts you right off in the middle of your quest to get her back. It's the Spider-Man Homecoming of Mario games. You know what's going to happen. We don't need to see Peach being kidnapped for the 20th time. So automatically, this game gets you right into it, and from there, you meet a brand new friend, Cappy, and he gives you a whole new set of moves, and I mean that in every way possible. Mario? Sure, he still runs and jumps, but outside of that, his movesets are completely different in this game thanks to this hat. Not only can you throw him as a weapon, do homing attacks with him, create a giant spinning circle around Mario to hit multiple enemies at once, and jump on him in mid-throw in order to get extra distance, but he also lets you take over enemies by placing the hat on them, and once you get on an enemy, you have a whole new set of abilities. Yeah, there are no mushrooms that make you grow, no fire flowers, no cat suits, nothing from the previous games. All your new abilities in this game come from the enemies you take over, meaning this game has the most abilities out of any Mario game, and they're all new. And so is everything else in this game. You set off in your airship and travel from one kingdom to the next, and every single kingdom feels completely different in every single way. Everything from the design to how you get around to the people living there, it all feels brand new every single time you go to a different world. There's a food world where everyone is kitchen utensils. There's a forest kingdom where everyone is a robot. A desert world where everyone is a Day of the Dead skeleton. There's a real world kingdom where everyone is actual normal people. And there's an ice world where everyone is the cutest darn creatures in video game history. Seriously, Nintendo, make plushies of these guys. I will buy them. Every time I went to a new world, it was so refreshing and felt like a brand new experience. This truly is an Odyssey for Mario, and it was a great idea to take this game in this direction. But what about the characters? The cast of Mario has been kinda stale for a while. We need some new blood in here. Well, not only do you get Cappy in here, but you're also introduced to Pauline, who, yes, okay, she's technically not a new character, but she might as well be. She's completely redefined in this game as a strong, confident mayor and jazz singer, which automatically gives her more backstory than 80% of all other Mario characters, and makes her a character you want to see stick around. Seriously, put her in the next sports game, or in the next Mario Kart. And as for the villains, oh, Bowser kidnapped Peach, so I guess we're just going to have to fight his kids over and over again, right? Nope, brand new villains. You get introduced to the Brutals, who I loved. These villains have wonderful designs that are very memorable, each of them having their own personalities, and man did this franchise need that. I mean, the last new villain we got in this franchise was created just so Wario could have someone to play tennis with. these guys actually feel like villains who could stick around for future games, and it's been a long time since I've been able to say that. And yet, even though they're new, they feel like Mario characters. In fact, all the bosses you fight in here feel like perfect fits for a Mario game. Except for one. There is one boss in here who feels completely out of place for a Mario game, but in a way, that's kind of genius. Because when you see this boss, you're supposed to be shocked. You're supposed to say, what the heck is that doing here? It's supposed to feel way more dangerous than any other character Mario has ever faced. And yeah, mission accomplished. Even the one boss who doesn't fit actually works because he doesn't. But it's not just the world and the characters that feel new. They actually changed some long-running mechanics in the Mario games to make them feel fresh. For example, there are no more lives in this game. You can't go down to 0 life no matter how many times you die. However, when you do die, you do lose a certain number of coins, so there are still consequences for dying. And you want to save those coins because they'll be very useful. Useful for what, you ask? I mean, if you don't have lives, then what's the point of collecting coins? Get this. In this game, you collect coins and use them as currency. I know, coins as currency? Crazy concept, right? In this game, you can use coins to buy costumes, hearts, and decorations for your ship to customize it however you want, and these costumes and decorations are actually really darn fun. They're completely cosmetic, so you don't actually need them for anything. However, you will still find yourself scrounging around like a madman to find as many coins as you possibly can, because darn it, I'm going to dress Mario like a pirate if it's the last thing I do. Because the coins are used in this game for something fun rather than something mandatory like lives, it made me want to seek them out and collect as many as I could, which has always been another problem of mine with the Mario games. Listen, I have a completionist mentality. I love searching for every secret and collectible I can find in a game, but the Mario games have always had way too many of them. Having to find every collectible in a Mario game felt like a drag, and I would always give up halfway through. But here, each level is set up around a mission. You go to different places where Bowser is trying to gather up items for his wedding, so it actually gives you a reason to go to different places, and you have a driving need to move through them so you can stop Bowser. So when you get to these levels, you want to follow the path to stop Bowser and defeat that level's boss. But you have to gather up moons to power up your ship so you can get to the next level. Now, in previous games, you'd be running all over the place to find these items, but here, about 80% of all the moons that you'll find on your initial run of the game are right there along the path. Not easily just sitting there, they don't just give it to you, you still have to look for them, but it never keeps you from your mission. I am honestly stunned at the level design in these games and at how well they were able to place all the collectible items around each level so that it forced you to go over to one of them and then you would just keep going from one onto the next. I would constantly find myself racing to stop Bowser and then going, oh, wait, do I see something shiny over there? Okay, fine, I'll go and get that, but then back to the mission and wait, I think I spy a puzzle over there. Okay, solve that. Now back to the... Hold up! Around the other side of this wall is something special, so let me just take care of that real quick. And now I have to take this item all the way back to the start. But you know what? After I do that, I can then just fast travel right back to where I am right now. So actually, it's not that bad. I guess I can do some backtracking. This game does a better job of playing into your need to collect everything than any other game out there. And I'm including Pokemon on that list, a game where the entire concept is catch them all. And this need to collect everything will keep you coming back even after you beat the game. You see, one of the complaints I had with the game was that you needed a certain number of moons in each level to move on to the next kingdom, but you could easily find those and then end up finding 20 more moons, and then there came a point in which I thought, is it necessary to get all these? They're not doing anything. It's not like if I get a moon over in this kingdom, it drops the number of moons that I need in the next kingdom. It doesn't give me any kind of a bonus. I really wanted this game to give me something as a reward for collecting beyond the required limit. Well, as soon as I finished the game, it was revealed there are still more kingdoms to go to and tons of brand new costumes to unlock. and you unlock them by collecting moons. And in the previous games, you would get a reward once you collected everything, but not really anything until you had collected everything, which kind of put a damper on my enthusiasm to go and keep playing the game. I kept looking at it saying, oh, I'll never collect all that. But here, you'll get a brand new costume just for collecting 10 more moons. Then another 20 after that. And then another 20 after that. Every couple of moons you grab gets you something new, which again is great incentive to keep going. It makes you look at this game, and instead of saying, I'll never get all that, it makes you say, yeah, you know what, I could find 5 more moons tonight and get that new hat, and then tomorrow I can work on getting another 20 and get that new costume. I'll keep playing this. You will want to keep working on this because I'm not lying when I say that there is a ton of stuff to do and collect in this game as soon as it's over. They even go back and basically double the number of moons on every single level after you win, encouraging you to go and revisit them, and Toadette will pop up and give you achievements. Yeah, I'll admit, I actually really dig achievements and trophies in games, and it kind of bums me out that the Switch doesn't have them. Guess what? Mario Odyssey has them, but you can't activate them until after the game. So if you enjoy trophy hunting, you just unlocked a whole new game the moment that this one ends. This game is so much fun, and I really want to give it a perfect score. However, I will say I did have 2 slight problems with the game. One being that you fight Bowser twice, once in the middle of the game and once at the end, and it's basically the exact same fight twice, so that sort of took away how epic the big finale was supposed to be. Although I will say that right after the last fight, there is an action sequence that is actually one of the best things in this whole game and is a great way to close it out. But also, to be a 10 out of 10, you need to give me something that blows my mind, that really gives me an emotional gut punch, and there comes a moment at the end of this game that would have truly been an amazing thing to end this game on. And then it didn't do that at all, and I'll admit, I kind of felt let down by that. So, as much as I love this game, I wasn't going to give it a perfect score. Except, I had so much joy playing this game. I got so addicted to collecting everything, and I didn't even know it would pay off in the end. I was doing it just because it was so fun, and at the end, it actually turned out it was all for something, so it gave me a huge surprise to reward me just for having fun. This game took Mario, and it made everything about it new again, while at the same time being such a nostalgia rush that it honored Mario's past and still captured the spirit of what a Mario game should be. And most importantly of all, this game has charm. Massive amounts of charm. And honestly, I think that's the reason why this game is getting such positive reaction online. Everything I just described, yeah, that gets you a high score. That gets you applause. But as I said, this is a game that almost everyone is unanimously calling Game of the Year. And for that, it needs something that goes beyond expectations. Something that can't be copied. And for this game, it's charm. And what's so impressive about that is that you can't teach charm. You can't rip charm off. You can't copy and paste charm from another game. You have to just have the passion and the heart behind what you do to make that happen, and this game had that. Whether it be the goofy funny dialogue, the little secrets you find everywhere, the gorgeous art design, seeing Mario dance when he's near music, seeing a dog follow you around and play fetch with your hat, or again, just the ton of free costumes it gives you. In a day and age where every other game out there is charging you an arm and a leg for additional costumes, Capcom, I'm looking at you, this one gives you dozens just as part of the game. Why? Because it's fun, and this game wants you to have fun. In fact, you want to know how great this game is? Many of you probably know this, but any video on YouTube that features Nintendo gameplay gets copyright claimed by Nintendo, meaning that I, someone who pays his bills with the money he makes from doing YouTube videos, will not see a dime from this review. Instead, it will all go straight to Nintendo. And you know what? this is the one time I'm actually okay with that because this game is so fun that fine. Go ahead, Nintendo. Take my money. You earned it. This game isn't just everything a Mario game should be, it's also everything that makes Nintendo great. And it was able to capture that old Mario spirit while making it all feel new, and I realized how well it was able to do that when there came a moment when I actually realized I was getting pumped to see Mario rescue the princess. The simplest, most basic storyline in any video game, and this game actually got me as an adult who had seen it a dozen times over, more hyped for it than I was when I was a kid experiencing it for the first time. And because of that, this game truly is perfect! Thanks for tuning in, everyone. If you like this review, then hit that subscribe button for more reviews on everything from the world of geekery, whether it be games, movies, or comics. Also, if you want to watch us play through games every single week, we've started doing Sunday streams on Twitch at twitch.tv/Professor Thorgi. And if you want to support this channel, we do have a TeePublic store where you can get Professor Thorgi merch, including our new Super Mario Odyssey themed Crazy Jaxie shirt. A reference that makes a whole lot more sense if you watched us play through this game on Twitch. And if you didn't watch us play through it on Twitch, enjoy our current playthrough, again at twitch.tv/Professor Thorgi. Thanks again for tuning in, everyone. Come back next time.